Hey, what's up, everyone? It's day 23. Let's jump into it and see what we got for today.
Hey, what's up, Savages? Day 23, rocking and rolling, guys. So, obviously, we've got some cool things going on. Just wanted to show you guys a little bit. We had responded to some. This one's been ongoing a little bit from the contractors helping contractors. Kind of cool. It hasn't really gone anywhere, but somebody was asking about the AI stuff, voice AI, and it was just, hey, reassuring. And obviously, like, hey, one of our companies, like, hey, go click on our website. Like, this is what it costs. And somebody's like, oh, that's cheap, blah, blah, blah. Or, man, there's much cheaper services that do the same thing. Not true, because he hasn't answered and all that stuff. Anyways, it's all good. Like, I'm not going to sit here and argue with people. But I did say, like, because AI technology is good but not great yet. That's what somebody said. And I said, in your opinion, it may not be great, but it works for us and makes us and saves us a ton of money. That's a win-win for me. We have plenty of clients using this stuff, which is great. He said, okay, I'll look into it. Maybe things have gotten better. I just like the comment. So that'll be something that we can follow up on too. And then what else we got? This next one was cool. Oh, right here. In the Flagstaff, right? This one got a little bit of action. So what's cool too is this Jesse guy, he posts a lot in this group, which is fantastic. Like, I was commenting on some of his stuff earlier and just liking some of his stuff. He's just talking about being an entrepreneur, which I think is fantastic. It's just good to get known in these groups. Like, that's what the whole goal is, guys. I've talked about it over and over. And then Vivian, I made my value post, and then Vivian said, hey, I started my business. I'm still trying to figure out the SEO thing. I said, hey, love you're diving into it early. It's already put you ahead of most people. What kind of business do you have? If you want to give you 2 or 3 simple pointers, right? And mainly alternative healing. So I checked out her website and stuff, and then, I just shot her a cold DM. So where is that at? Unread. Wherever it went. Oh, right here. So she messaged back like, hey, I just started the business like a month ago. I just started the business a month ago. I've had a few sales, but guys, she's worked really hard. You can tell that she's worked. I'll even show you guys. She's worked really hard on this website to put together everything, right? And just being a new business, guys, it's not easy to start a new business, but she's put in a lot of effort to do these things, which is great. So I'm probably going to I'm going to message her back here in just a little bit, probably this evening, and see if I can get on a call with her just really quick. And so I'll make sure and fill you guys in of kind of like what her goals are and this and that. Like, and obviously tell her like, hey, we're a full service marketing agency, but we really like helping people out, and see if we can help her out at some way. This is something that we're going to give a lot of free tips, but, guys, if you want to play the game right now, especially in marketing and online services, you have to have a really good, your website is your digital billboard. Okay. It is 100%, like, that is the key. If you can show something nice and professional and all that stuff, and then get into obviously certain groups, whether it's, we call it networking. It's not prospecting, it's networking. She just needs to get out and network in her area, Flagstaff, get to know a lot more people. Doesn't necessarily, if she has the funds to redo a website and do some like true SEO, I think it could be a really good thing. Now, that's going to take some time. That's going to take some time and investment on her end. But I think we're going to start off with something like super simple. Like, hey, we can redo your site. We can do a lot of on-page SEO. Just simple things like that. But it's going to really require, if people don't have funds available, it requires a lot of guerrilla marketing, meaning getting out and about, networking with people. And that's how it starts, right? That's exactly how, when people, if you don't have a big budget, and really, even if you do have a big budget, this stuff works, man. Word of mouth is absolutely a killer thing, but she also needs some type of system. And once she starts getting more customers, we need them, once they check out, once they buy something, they need to be able to go on to and leave a review. I looked up, she doesn't even have a Google business profile, which is really important. Even though she services the area, it's pretty much online, she still needs a Google business profile, especially if she's going to want to sell locally too. Like her consultations, I'm not sure if she does them virtually or in person. So that's one thing that we want to check out. Obviously, we're just going to continue I got to go through and make all of my value posts, which is good for this next round of group. So I still have, I think, a couple groups left with my current value posts, and then we'll have to create a new one here in the next few days. Plugging along, though, we're getting ready to get on a podcast, so let's hope that goes well. And I also I told you guys that we had a testimonial today, but he had to reschedule for tomorrow. It's okay. And I think my biggest point right now is I want to tell you guys is don't put all your eggs in one basket, meaning don't put all of your effort and energy on one client thing that they're going to buy all this stuff. And this is the thing that this is going to be the one that, that helps your business and all that stuff. It simply just doesn't work that way. The way it works is you need to have a lot of eggs in your basket. You need to have a lot of prospects lined up because some people are going to cancel. I had another one too. I forgot. One of our testimonials is, which she's going to want to do some stuff, but she's like, I'm traveling all this week for work and blah, 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 and all this stuff, doing on the road shows. And it's for her business, right? So that's going to be next week, guys. That's probably going to be outside of the 30 days, but I'm going to keep you guys updated on that stuff too. We'll probably create some videos like, a week or two after the 30 days to kind of show you guys some of the things that we've had in the pipeline that are kind of coming to fruition, which is really good. And again, some of these are just going to not happen. Okay. They're just not going to happen. And that's okay. That means we still need to continue to, I call it networking instead of prospecting. We still need to be networking. We still need to be on Facebook. We still need to be following up with these people. I followed up with a ton of people yesterday as far as just people that were in our pipeline, sending messages. Hey, we're still looking for some testimonials, which even though we've got quite a few in the pipeline to give us testimonials, we still want to get as many as we can because those are potential people that could be clients. They could a website redo. We're doing some things with VAs where we have some meetings scheduled for tomorrow as well, and then tomorrow and Friday. And then we have some big ones that are going to, like I said, they're going to be probably outside the 30-day window, but that doesn't matter. Like I'm shooting you guys straight. It's like we're trying to squeeze and close it, all this stuff just to show you guys, but we're going to have a follow-up video. We'll probably have a follow-up video like 7 or 14 days after the 30 days to really just kind of show you guys some of the things that has, some of the business that we've earned and how we're helping some of these people. So we're going to keep plugging along, guys. It's day 23, rock and roll, about to get on this podcast, and we'll see how this goes, man. I'm excited. This is our very first podcast ever. Guys, I'll be honest with you, I don't know what I'm doing. I've made a little outline of it. I've watched, if you guys are anything like me, I've watched a ton of podcasts, so I kind of have an idea. I've created some questions based upon how we ask them some pre-questions before the podcast to get a little bit of information, and then we just create some questions around that to be able to ask them, which is good. We want to make it relatable. We want to, again, this is a non-sales, no sales at all. We're just learning about their business, and that's what it's really about, guys. We're going to we've got one for today. I've got one for tomorrow as well. So as far as podcasts, guys, they could cancel or they could happen. Let's hope they happen. You know what I mean? If not, we're going to keep plugging along. We've got even 2 more people that are interested as well. So we're going to keep plugging along. The email stuff is working great. So happy to share this with you guys. If you guys have any questions, make sure to hit them down in the comments. We'll see you guys soon. Let's go.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Day 23 here. From my side, nothing really to show you. We got some good stuff happening with the podcast. I know TJ has another episode, basically another episode coming up, and we had the one for today end up rescheduling just due to some things that we figured out after the fact, right? And like we've said, guys, we're learning and building as we go, right? There's going to be hiccups. There's going to be mistakes, right? One of the things that I forgot to do, and I'll talk about this again in EOD, but I forgot to put in the messaging and confirmation that they need to be at a computer. And so I had in there that we, make sure you're in a quiet place, make sure that you show up 10 minutes early for mic and camera check, right? Those were a couple things. But the one thing I forgot to put was like, hey, make sure you're at an actual computer so that the camera is going to be, in the proper format and whatnot. And so the guy was actually out in the field and would have been on his phone, which is, it's okay again, right? We're learning as we go. He's still super excited. We're getting him, TJ's getting him rescheduled. But just know that we're building as we go. You're going to find and have mistakes. It's just when you find them and when it happens, just go in, correct it, and then you'll be good next time, right? So it's all about improving what you're doing as you go along. So That's really it for me. Just want to share that with you guys here for day 23, and we'll see you in end of day.
Hey guys, finishing up day 23. It has been an eventful day. We did a lots of great follow up. I did some follow up. I was on my phone earlier too, and I know I didn't get to record it, but I also scheduled a brand new meeting for this next week. And just kind of reiterate like what I was talking about earlier, guys, is this is why it's important that we do this stuff every single day and then also follow up with these people that maybe we're in DMs with or whatever it is. If it's through an email, it doesn't matter. But obviously, I'm following up with a lot of people that I've had DMs with and got a meeting scheduled for this next week. And, I don't want you guys to ever get discouraged. Like, we don't get discouraged when things move or things change or somebody doesn't want to do something. It's fine. Like, it's totally fine because we just know that we have to continue to market ourselves and make more connections and meet more people and all that stuff. So, unfortunately, our podcast guy is going to reschedule, but that's okay. Like he didn't realize that we needed him at a quiet place on his computer, to properly get a good interview. He was out in the field doing repairs, and I asked him. I said, "Man, I thought you just took the day off to do this." And he's like, "No, man, I'm busy." I was like, "Okay, cool." I said, "Hey, let's get this rescheduled. No worries at all." He's still excited about the whole deal, and then we have one coming up tomorrow as well, which is good. So again, just doing the day to day, man. It's like, hey, we just have to continue to do the day to day. I did tell you guys we're probably going to do, even if we don't have a lot close before the 30 days, it doesn't matter. We'll probably, Kate and I were just talking about, we're probably gonna do a follow up video, 7 or 14 days after to see what kind of our business looks like, just to show you guys like how it can compound by doing the work. It might just take, and this is one of those things. It's kind of like the whole, you know, you're digging, and then you give up and you're right there, right? And that's really what the 30-day challenge is. It's like, it doesn't stop at 30 days. It does not stop at 30 days. It keeps going, guys. And so we just wanted to show you guys, and we're being honest and truthful about all the things that we're doing. We've had some mishaps. We've made some mistakes. It doesn't matter, dude. We know we're getting better. We're like, I'm sending emails about the wrong days and like, oh, we'll see you tomorrow when it's supposed to be today and all this stuff. But it's okay. You guys don't have to be perfect. It's a massive imperfect action, and we're just staying on it, man.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, even today, what we learned from the podcast event having to reschedule. TJ sent me a message like, "Hey, the guy's out in the field. Um, what like do we need to reschedule this, or should we just shoot him?" Like, well, we need to have him at a computer. And so then, of course, now for me, I'm like, well, shoot, did our confirmation and our messaging tell him that hey, he needed to be at an actual computer? And it did not. It said he needs to be in a quiet place. It said, he needs to show up 10 minutes early. We talked about that stuff, but we forgot to put in there, you need to be at a computer. So that way we have, like a good side by side, and you're not sitting there with a phone, holding it, moving it around. Like we want to have a good quality, even if the picture on their camera is not necessarily the greatest, still want to have like a good quality layout of the podcast and ultimately hopefully have a better audio from it as well. So learning again, right? This, like we said, this is something new that we're testing. What's awesome though is we have another one booked for tomorrow, I believe. Yeah, I think they scheduled for tomorrow. So that's super cool. That we already have. I know we had to reschedule the first one, totally fine, but we have one more. We also had another person that was interested, and we sent them out the pre-interview questions as well. So we're just waiting for them to fill that out. So it's working, and I think I think like we've said, I think it's going to be a great lead magnet kind of intro into having these conversations with local business owners. And we're going to continue to refine that process as we keep going through it and have more people come through. So um yeah, podcast one had to episode one had to be rescheduled. So I guess tomorrow, as long as the guy shows up with everything properly, tomorrow will be episode one. So
Yes.
but that's just another thing too, guys, right? That's part of the process. You're not going to have everything perfect, but this is where just taking action to move things forward is so important, right? We're taking the action, getting the reps, finding the gaps in the small things that need to be tweaked and the mistakes that we're making so that we can fix them. And eventually this will be a super well defined, smooth running machine that's just on autopilot, you know. So that's what you work to build your business to, and there's always going to be hiccups along the way, but as long as you're taking action, you'll figure what those are. You'll figure out what those are, and you'll be able to correct them and build at every stage of your business, because there's levels and there's stages. And when you start hiring people, now there's new processes and stuff that have to be into play and things that have to be built out. So just part of the process. We're going through it, and
A lot of stuff is just figuring it out, guys. It's
yeah.
like making the commitment and doing it and then going,
Mhm.
oh, shoot, how are we going to do that?
Yep.
Like Cade and I have a lot of experience doing that, of going, hey, we can, yeah, we could do that. And you're like, how are we going to do that? All right, we need to set that up. We need to make sure that's set up. And guys, that's okay. We're not lying to people. We're we're growing our knowledge base. You know what I mean? Like obviously we know that a lot of things can be done. Now, if we truthfully know that something can't be done, we're not going to tell them, or we're not going to tell them, oh yeah, we can do that. We're going to say, you know what? I'm going to need to check with the team, which team is sitting right over here, Mr. Cade, you know what I mean? To make sure that we're, we have to talk about it to make sure we can do it. So it's, again, it's just imperfect action, man. We're
Mhm.
just taking the steps and trying to show you guys as much as we can that, dude, you can grow this thing really, really fast. We got a lot of lots of good stuff in the pipeline. We have a meeting tomorrow as well. That's going to be end up as a really good one, dude.
Yep.
You guys just never know. Sometimes what I'm seeing is don't ever make the assumption that people have everything in order, because let's just say most of the time they don't. Even though it looks like it, man, it looks like they might run a good, clean business and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. I completely forgot. I had another call from, it was actually a referral from a friend of mine just a little bit ago that, he's old school, right? He's super old school. He's like, man, I know I need to put some stuff in place. I know I need to do this and all that stuff. And I think that's what it's really about, is you just evolving and learning and figuring
Mhm.
it out. And, hey, I need to put this stuff in place, but you guys don't ever think that everybody has all their ducks in a row, because you'd be really surprised once you peel back some layers that even the most successful businesses, if you will, is, for example, he's a service-based business, and he doesn't know any tech. He does all the stuff off paper. You know what I mean? And so that worked a long time ago, but we're in a
Yep.
new age, and the people now that are involving a little bit of tech and taking advantage of that stuff, it helps us all stay organized. You
Right.
guys are seeing it like with GHL. Holy cow. And we talked about it like a few days ago. Dude, like Cade was spending thousands of dollars, 5, 6 years ago before GHL on all these different services. And, I've done the same thing, spending lots of money on different services. And now we have this amazing tool right now that, dude, we can do so much with. It's crazy. And
Yep.
guess what? They just keep coming out with new stuff every single day.
Yep. So, I mean, guys, you're seeing us in real time build something from scratch, doing it by ourselves, not using, our our money or our existing teams to do it. We're just building from scratch like anybody else would when they're starting out, when you don't have anything. And the only thing that we have is we have the knowledge and experiences that we've gained through our other companies and through the years of building businesses. And so again, no matter where you're starting, you're going to have to go through the learning phases. You're going to have to go through the things that are going to give you bumps, bruises, punches in the face. You got to go through them. You got to take them. It's just part of the process. But if you can focus in on it, just keep going. Mistakes happen, fix them, make the process better. It's just a matter of time, right? And like what you're seeing right now, I mean, technically up to this point, day 22, we technically have only one paying client, and that's at 97 bucks, right? But we sent out an invoice for a project that we're building or going to build. So we've sent that out. TJ's got some follow ups with some people, and we should have some more quotes sent out this week. And I believe that we will have some of these payments coming through before day 30. Now, Again, it may not get us to that 10K MRR that we were hoping for or that we were pushing for. But that's okay, right? It's not always going to happen that way. Sometimes it's going to take a little bit longer, but we know that for sure 60, 90, 100 days from now, we're going to be cooking, just due to pure consistency and then that compounding effort building over and over and over. And so I don't remember who said this, but I've heard this before said by, a few different people. But a lot of times we overestimate what we can do in the short term, but underestimate what we can do in the long term. Right. So 30 days is not a lot of time, even though it may seem like it. But the reality of it is we're on day 23 now, 7 days away from 30. And I feel like we just started yesterday. Like, it does not feel like we're almost at 30 days at all. So, yeah, just imagine what you can accomplish in 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, right? You can accomplish a lot if you stick with it. So,
For sure. And maybe some of you guys have, you've been exposed to GHL. Maybe you have one or two clients, or maybe you have no clients. Maybe you've been signed up for GHL for 6 months or a year or whatever it is. Like, man, I'm just trying to I want you to think about what you haven't been doing, right? And what you haven't been doing is what we're showing you that you need to be doing every single day. Just take an hour, 2 hours of getting, being active on Facebook. That's what right now. And then obviously the email list stuff too, which is fantastic.
mm-hmm.
It's mainly right now, it's mainly coming from Facebook. Obviously, we have lots of cool things going on with the podcast and the email list, but most of our business is coming from Facebook. A little bit of cold, a little bit of, I would say, when I say warm, I'm talking just, people that from a post that I made on Facebook. So I don't want you guys to like get discouraged at all. Just think about, man, what have I not been doing to grow my business? And that's your answer. That is 100% your answer. I haven't been talking to enough people. I also talked with a friend of mine that does something very similar to us, right? I had a conversation with him earlier, and I said, he asked, "What are we doing? What are we doing to grow our business?" Right? And I was like, "Well, we've got this channel and all this stuff." But
Yep.
I told him a simple way, man. Like, go. He has the ability to. I told him, like, man, hey, go to a nice steak restaurant like every Friday. Even if you don't order something crazy huge, and just sit there, get to know the bartender, show up there every single Friday, and network with some people. Because both Kate and I know is we've met some really good connections from just random stuff like that. That doesn't involve cold calling or walking into business cold. I'm not hating on any of all that stuff at all, but some good genuine face to face doesn't hurt at all. It helps build your confidence because you'll
Mm-hmm.
find out, man, when people, well, what do you do? Oh, I do this. Or what do you do? Well, I run a marketing agency. I help local businesses do, get more leads and organize and use automations. And we absolutely love it. And people are like, dude, I might know somebody. I guarantee you're going to run into somebody. You know what I mean? Obviously, we're doing it with online, which is we can reach a lot more people in a very short period of time. But I'm just tossing an idea out there for you guys. Like, don't discredit any of it. It's whatever you really focus on. If you're doing a little bit of everything, like hone in on a few things and hammer down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like TJ was saying, is if you need to boost your confidence up, man, you will boost your confidence real fast by doing door-to-door sales or cold calling. I mean, I did door-to-door sales for pest control, and that's what kind of led me into then my first business, which was pest control, like my first brick and mortar company. And selling door-to-door is also where I learned that I hate selling door-to-door. So I learned marketing. I learned how to do online stuff. I mean, even before I took my first course, I mean, and this was 8 years, 9 years ago, 8 years ago, 9 years ago when I first started selling door to door, I think it was. And so I was like 20, 23, 24 maybe. And I just remember I didn't like having to go knock doors. It wasn't terrible, but I just didn't like it. And so I was like, how could I still make sales and not have to go knock on people's doors all day? And the first thing I did was I created a profile on Nextdoor just a personal profile, and I made a post. It just said, "Hey everyone, I work for XYZ company. We're currently running a special right now on pest control. If you're having, bugs in or around your home that you're wanting to get rid of, just shoot me a message and I'd be happy to stop by and take a look at what you got going on." And that first post generated me 3 sales on Nextdoor.
Dude, that's huge.
Yeah.
And you go, the light bulb just
Oh,
completely
it
went off.
did.
Guys, this is before GHL even existed, okay, by
Right.
the
No,
way.
no. This was pre GHL days for sure, before it was around, because that's back when we were using like spreadsheets, and um, uh, Lead Owl was the other platform we were paying for. And yeah, dude. So next door, and then I took a course on how to run Facebook ads, and I will tell you, I was god awful. Like the first picture I created for my ad, I still have it saved somewhere. It was so bad. It was a picture of a home, and I cropped out some bugs, and I made the bugs really big crawling over the house, and then I cropped out a guy with a flamethrower torching them, and that was my image for the ad. And then the ad just said 67. But bro, I ran an ad. I put $100 into the ad. I got 3 leads and I sold 2. So I was like, damn, this works. All right. So then that's where I really learned about, like, okay, you can use ads to start scaling. Now keep in mind, Facebook back then was way different than it is today. Running ads today, it's a different game. You have to know your stuff. You can't just plop up an ad like you used to be able to 7 years ago and get results. You got to know your stuff today. But yeah, man, you want to talk about boosting confidence, go out and make some door-to-door sales, because you will learn communication, you'll learn how to get past gatekeepers, you'll learn how to break down barriers really fast. And what you'll also learn is that some people just aren't worth your time to try and sell. There are, because time is your one resource you'll never get back. And so you'll find that when you're knocking doors and there's someone that comes out and they just absolutely do not want to talk to you, all right, no matter how polite you are or what you say, there's some people that just, they want you to leave. And all right, so you just leave, move on to the next, because it's just a numbers game and you'll find people. So just keep doing it, man.
I like it. Day 23, folks.
In the books.
Let's go.
See you for 24.
Tomorrow's another good day.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Podcast.
You guys just stay excited out there, okay? We're just getting started, man. This is not very many days in. Like Cade said, I feel like we just got started, and now we're starting to build just crazy momentum, like booking here, booking. All right, cool. Got to book a call with discovery call with this person, follow up with this person.
Yep.
We're starting to get a little bit more organized, which is good. But we're not using. We're showing you guys what we're using, so it's nothing. Obviously, a high level is a powerful tool, so we absolutely love it.
So,
all right, guys.
We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Woo!